coffee. Today we're keeping it light, keeping it simple. I'm gonna show you how I make my coffee. Pour over style, of course. So let's get on into it. So first up, you're gonna fill your pot. Do you see the pot? Yes, okay. Fill it with fresh water because we're not heathens. So I'm gonna do that. It might take a minute. It's very awkwardly shaped, but I normally like to do this in the morning, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's actually 7 o'clock at night. I just don't have time in the morning to film right now, so this is the best that I can do. So we're just gonna fill it up to the max line and put it on there, and then we're gonna wait and set up the rest of the stuff. So get your little pour over coffee pitcher, and then the filter that comes with it. And then we're just gonna put our coffee grounds in about, let's see, I'm using a 7-gram coffee scoop. So I normally eyeball this, but I could let you know how much I use. I like my coffee pretty strong. So maybe like 4, 5, like 6 scoops should be fine. Maybe 6.5. Damn, I never noticed how much coffee grounds I used. But this is normally the time in the morning, well, when I do it in the morning, that I just kind of reflect on what I got to get done that day. And normally I'm like in class, because most days if I'm making coffee at home, I'm at home all day doing school. So I wake up around 9, first class is at 9:30, and I just either make my coffee while I'm in my lecture, or I'll make it before. But normally I don't get out of my bed until right at class time. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of vanilla into my grounds, just a little capful, and then you hear that beautiful sound? That is the pot getting ready. And then I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of cinnamon into the grounds directly, because I don't want to put it into the coffee. Like, it's going into the, that made no sense, but it's going into the coffee. It's just like, you know, not directly in. So it doesn't like all sit at the top. Just gives it a good flavor. And then now we can wait a little bit. Let's hang out. How are you? How's life going right now? Oh, really? That's awesome. Or, I'm sorry to hear about that. This is one of those times that you just kind of sit there and reflect. When I don't make coffee at home, I normally go to a local place in Hollywood called Cali Coffee, or I just try to find a new cafe. I don't really go to Starbucks anymore. Don't really prefer it. After I tried other coffees, like really broadened my taste buds, I think the only type of not so like, probably not everybody's favorite, but like I love like a nice cup of like diner coffee. Like even if it's stale, there's just a sense of nostalgia that takes me back, and I really enjoy it. And that's the only type of like low quality coffee that I'll drink. I consider Starbucks low quality too, just at an expensive price. I also prefer, I was checking if it was done, espresso over regular coffee, which is why I do my homework a lot at my mom's. Sorry, Mom. Yeah. There's my AC. Hopefully it doesn't cut into my audio too much. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for this little thing to pop up, and then I'm probably gonna bring you guys a little closer so that you can see this beautiful process. Once I got introduced to pour-over coffee, I never touched my K-cups again, ever. And I'm pretty sure it's better for the environment as well because it's not as much waste. The coffee that we're using today is Cafe Bustelo because we're in South Florida, and that's what we use in South Florida, I guess. It still has not popped up even though it is hot. Alright, so let me bring you closer, and then I could show you real quick how I start the pour. Alright, so I normally grab this. That's my lovely little phone stand over there. That's what you guys were sitting on before. So I pour a little bit over the coffee grounds, and then I'll let it sit for 45 seconds. And it's called blooming the coffee grounds. I found out when I first started to make pour over coffee. And I found that it works better. Also, earlier when I said use fresh water in this thing, believe it or not, it actually affects the taste of the coffee. So please stop using tap water in your coffee. Alright, so you have your coffee field. Sorry about this weird angle. I honestly didn't want to clean my kitchen. Let me not even lie to you. I didn't feel like cleaning the whole kitchen, so I'm keeping you in this little corner. Yeah. And that's as good as it's gonna get. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so now what I do is take this, it's bloomed. See? It's nice and bloomed. It you can see all the water sunk, and then this little part raises, and that's how I normally can tell. Maybe I'm just seeing things, but that's how I do it. So now I just keep on pouring, and I will show you when to stop. Obviously don't let it overflow. While that's thinking, I'm gonna get a cup. So we're just gonna keep on pouring and waiting. And pouring and waiting and pouring and waiting. And then we have this cup filled with ice. And then this cup is going to be what we mix the sugar in. Fun fact, this actually used to be my dad's coffee cup. And coffee was a big part of our father-daughter relationship, and we'd always meet at diners and go and get coffee and soup. So it's nice to have this little piece of them with me every day. I miss my little coffee buddy. But hey, it happens. Keep pouring until it's all freaking done. It's actually surprisingly quiet in the house right now because I promised my roommates that if they stayed quiet, then I would give them some coffee. So just saying, my coffee is good enough to bargain with. Not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying, it's pretty good. We're almost there. So yeah, this process is kind of long. Sometimes I'll take a spoon and I'll spin it around in there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And just get it moving because The espresso grounds are kind of thinner, so they kind of like stick to the edges, whereas the thick ones, like it just goes through. So if you need to stir it a little bit, that's fine too. Breathe a little bit. So we're gonna prep our glass because this is the most important part. So I'm not really gonna put it on my face. We're gonna just focus on this. We're gonna take some sugar because you cannot dissolve the sugar until like when it's cold. So first we pour in a hot cup and then my cold cup on the side. So 2 teaspoons of sugar I like to use because my creamer has flavoring in it, so I don't like to use too much sugar in there. And then I like my coffee still bitter, just a little bitter. Almost done dripping. Respect the drip, Carol. I think that's what it is. Sorry, that's a TikTok reference. So we're gonna stir it, and as you can see, it makes it go a lot faster. I swear it's because of how thin the coffee grounds are. All right, so now we have our coffee. We're gonna grab some creamer that I just bought today. Caramel macchiato. I hope it's good. Never had this one before. I know how I just said I don't like Starbucks. Now I'm like using their creamer, but it is. Their creamer's good, so I don't even know what else to say with that, but I don't want this to the last part. We're gonna add some coffee. The dog is crying on the stairs. We're gonna just stir it, make sure all that ice is melted. I mean, that sugar is melted in there. And then I'm going to just pour it over our ice. That just went all over my fingers and burnt. All over our ice. Ooh. Every iced coffee drinker's happy place is literally this sound. Now for creamer. Oh my god, I thought I just broke it. Okay, for creamer, I'm just gonna pour a little bit in. See how we like it. And I leave a little bit of coffee just in case there was too much sugar. We can use some more creamer. We're golden. That's how you do it. And, well, yeah, that's about it. This is my coffee. I'm unique. This is Coping and Coffee. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers. Enjoy.